Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to teach you about the Elisa test and what do you mean by Elisa that we are going to know. First of all that what is the full form of Elisa? Elisa full name is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. So what is the importance of Elisa test? The importance of Elisa test is that to find out the specified antigen in the blood sample. So since we are reading microbiology or biotechnology topic, that ELISA test going to use in many field, from BMLT field, from the medical laboratory technician to like different biotechnology field, we are going to use the ELISA test. Basically, the ELISA test, like that basic principle of ELISA test is that finding out the specified antigen is there or not. And before knowing that, we should know that what is antigen and what is antibody. Suppose if I have to say you that what is antigen and what is antibody, suppose antigen is some kind of foreign particles. When it get entered to our body, that time what now we are going to be diseased. Suppose as we know from class 9, 10 we have read about the antigen and antibody. Whenever antigen will get enter in our body, by that time the specified antibody will produce from the plasma, and in the result what will happen, that antigen and antibody they both will going to get complexation. And after that, if if we have good immunity system or immune system, that time like that antigen will going to destroy. If we have the weak immune system, then what will happen, we are going to get disease. So here one thing is confirmed that foreign particles are coming in our body, and that particular particles is giving us disease. And what is the scenario then? Whenever the antigen is coming from outside, maybe you assume that a antigen is coming from outside. Whenever it get enter in our immune system, that time what will happen, our body plasma will produce what? Plasma will produce antibody for the specific antigen. So if the A antigen is entering in our body, the A antibody will be produced, and the A antigen and A antibody they both will get complexed, and after that like different immune response will happen. So this is the basic fundamental thing. And basically in ELISA test, like what is the objective of ELISA test? ELISA test objective is that to finding out if a person is suffering from a disease or not. One thing is confirmed that if the person is suffering from a disease, it means that in his immune system or in his blood, what is there na, a antigen is there, right? So in the second step, what we are going to do, like if I am suffering from the A disease, now I am going for the test, and some laboratory technician has taken my blood, and what is happening? He need to find out that I am suffering from A disease or not. So here one simple principle will come, that we know that if the specific antigen is entering in our body, if we need to get complex with the antibody, that particular antibody should be the like same as the like antigen. Means if the A antigen is entering in our body will produce the A antibody. In the case if X antigen is coming in our body, means the X antibody will be produced. This is the basic principle. And once we have given blood to the laboratory technician, they need to find out that whether I am diseased or not. So the principle is that about this complexation theory. Now one thing is sure, that in our blood, if I am diseased, if I am suffering from the A disease, that A antigen is present. Now blood has been like collected, and after that we have given to the laboratory technician. What he will do, like he know that antigen is present, he need to find out that if A antigen is present in my blood sample or not. Now he has to go through the 2-3 little step of the experiment. First step, what he will do, he will find out that in my blood antigen is there or not. If he will get to know that A antigen is present, then he can identify that I am diseased by A disorder. So what it will do, the person, like the laboratory technician, it will collect my blood sample, and after that he will put the primary antibody. Primary antibody means what? one thing is sure that A antigen is in my blood. He has to put the like A antibody from where, like in laboratory so many chemicals are there, and antibody is also being produced in the laboratory. So if A antigen is there means in my blood sample, he need to put the A antibody. If it will make the complexation, that time he will note that the person is suffering from the A disease. In the second step, what will happen? We can't know that it is complex or not from the A antigen in my blood or the A antibody which I am giving in the laboratory. So by seeing that, we need to go through some kind of like color experiment. Like if it will give the color, then it has like A antigen, then he is diseased. If it will not produce color, then that particular person don't have A antigen, so he is not suffering from the A disorder. So in the second step, what will going to happen, that if I'm suffering from like A disorder, in my blood A sample is there, or A antigen is there. Now that he has put the A antibody. Now A antigen and A antibody, they both made the complexation. In the second step, he need to put the secondary antibody. And the secondary antibody principle is that it need to bind with only the A antigen and A antibody complexation. So if it is not become complex, suppose if I am not suffering from A disorder or A antigen is missing in my blood sample, so that time A antigen and A antibody, they both won't make a complexation. So what will happen in the next step is that whenever we are putting the secondary antibody, and the secondary antibody having few kind of like specification in the sense that that secondary antibody is the enzyme tagged. Enzyme tagged means what? Now it will able to give the color complexation. So the A antigen and antibody, they both made the complexation, and after that we are putting the A antibody, secondary antibody, right? If it made the complexation like antigen A antibody, they both made complexation. After that, if I am putting the secondary antibody, that will going to bind with the like this particular specified complex, and it will produce the color. This is the basic principle. If some person is not suffering from the A disorder, or if the A antigen is missing in the different person, so what will happen? Like the A antigen is there and I am putting the A antibody, they won't make any complexation. So what will happen? When I am putting the secondary antibody, it won't going to bind with the A antigen or antibody complexation because it didn't make any complexation. So it won't give the color. So through this method, we can know that that particular person is suffering from one kind of disorder like A disorder, and another person, if I am not suffering from the A disorder, so I don't have the A antigen, so it won't make the complexation with the A antibody which we have given in the laboratory, and hence it won't bind with the secondary antibody which gave the color. So if it will give the color means we have the disease.